Alright, back on day 2 on these. So I just got done setting these all up on the machine here. So I'm going to go ahead and figure out how much I'm going to cut the throat out in here. So right now we're about 1.200 roughly. So I'm going to measure the valve and see how far we're going to go. I'm going to open that thing up a little bit. So this is our valve right here. So 1/200 puts you, port's about right there. That's why they don't flow any damn air on these motors. Okay, looks like we're about 478 or so. So if you take 200 out, which is a huge number, that would put you down at what 480. So we go down to 300. That's 180 under. So make it 1.3 inches. See what it looks like. I'm sure it'll be a lot bigger than it is now. We can definitely go bigger than that if we want to. This is our setting fixture down here. Sits our cutters. So you go over here and get our cutters. Something a little dinky. This one goes down to 280, so that's going to be the one we're going to use. I think it's a little small little thing. Alright, where's 300 at? I need to figure out our numbers here where I can actually see it with some light. Okay, there's 400. There's 4. Should be 350 and one more is 300. Boom. Looks like I didn't set it 310 last time I used it, so it's probably a good number. That's probably what I used. Yep, 310, 308, right in that area. That'll work. Yeah. The other direction. All right. It's getting hot in here today. So, I need our driver. Right there. A little springy dingy to go inside there. So that's how much we're going to cut out. A lot. Might be more than I want to take out for this job. Yeah, I think that's too much. We're not trying to do a big port job here. We're trying to just make it fit what we got. I'm gonna drop it down to about 280. We'll see what we get. We had two something we were starting with, weren't we? I already forgot what I was doing. That didn't take long. Alright, we're about 200, so 280 is still going to be 40 thou outside. That's a lot of cutting. Okay, where'd my cutter go? I lost it. So I go over and cut that thing out. Reset the cutter. It takes a little dinky cutter, Allen wrench to do it. And these two little small ones right here. Probably the smallest one I got. Yep. there. Put a 270, I think that's what I used. Yep, 280. There you go. So that's 80 thou up from what it was. That's 40 thousandths a side. That'll be a pretty good increase in volume. Especially on the size we are, the percentage increase is huge. Spring's too big. Yeah, that'll probably work. Right. Wipe down my machine so it works better. Ooh, look at that. Nice and free now. Yep. Definitely took some metal out. So there's how big it is now. You still see the original seat 45 angle right there. We cut out a lot of it. See how thick this one is up here? It's way up here. So we got that metal right there. It's in the way right now. That's going to disappear as I go deeper because we're above the port. So I'm going to go a little bit deeper down. Scarf out that metal that's in there. It's all gone right there. So now, you see I'll cut it all out in there. So all that metal that was right down in here is now gone. Plus everywhere else. Still got a lip on the other side of the seat because the port and the valve seat were not concentric to each other. That's very common. Alright, so I can put my finger in there almost. This one not quite goes in very far. This one goes in deeper. So we're quite a bit bigger. Very noticeable. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and cut the seat on that, see what it looks like. Needs to be done. Need to open up the other one also. So I gotta just go open up the other one. Here you can see how much we're cutting. Good cut. Level up here. Oh, that's too much of a drop all of a sudden. This one never quit cutting. It's hardly a cutter when you blast it through. You don't want to chip these things when you do that. Yeah, see, it never quit cutting. See how I was cutting the back wall there a little bit? This port was more concentric. See, it cut a little bit on the edge right here. This one here, it never did. See, it's way off. Alright, so now those are a lot bigger now. We're going to put our seat cutter in there, which is more than 3 angles. Got a lot of angles on that. So it goes in there like that. That'll cut that away. Then we come back with our top cut, which is, where'd it go? Up here. And this one will come by and cut the top of the head away right there and knock off that edge that's in there, because you don't want that big lip sitting there. Kills the airflow. This stuff is very hard to duplicate with stones, because it's a lot of cutting. It takes forever. Okay, done with this tool. Put that away for next time. And where did I just cut that at? Okay, seat cutter. Get these out of my way so I can mix them up. Get longer than that. Perfect. Okay, we'll go down until this one cuts, and we'll see what we got. I always like to return the pilot after you do some heavy cutting. Let it recenter itself, just in case something moved. You never know. It's off center quite a bit. That's why the stone grinding wasn't working. Can't see anything in there, too dark. Okay, we are cutting the inside of the cutter out right now, the seat. So we're cutting up the radius on the inside right now, bringing it out to the actual seat diameter, which we have not got to yet. See, we're cutting out down in here in the bottom first. We haven't got it where the top is yet, where the seat is actually cut. See, like that. See, it's still got a ways to go before it gets all the way down. So we're reshaping this port considerably. Tremendous difference in airflows by doing this. This makes way more difference than porting ever does. Seat in there now. Yep. Should be in there, barely. This is our lowest side over here. It's cutting more all the way around over here. See over here the full cutter is engaged. Over here the top of the cutter was not hitting yet. It still has to go deeper before it all comes in. But that's okay. It looks like it's got the full diameter on there. You can see that little top edge right there. That should be the top of the seat. Okay, I'm going to come here with my top cutter now. Relieve out the top clearance cut. So let's put a little marker right here. I can see it. And where's our cutter at? So I got to come in with our radius, top radius angle. It's actually a parabolic curve, not a radius, but some people know the difference. Okay. So this is going to come in here right like that. And it's going to cut that aluminum away right there. So you can see how it's got about a 30-second gap between the cutter and the top of the seat. That's how much you'll cut down in the aluminum, which will lower the compression down some. It sure makes a big difference in airflow. Touched. Barely. That's about the minimum cut you can even do. We'll stop at that point for now. So there's your cut. So you open the flow up a lot. You can see how I just come down and I just touch the top of that seat. And you can see how it relieves all aluminum waste, so the flow will be a lot better. So now you're coming across here, just goes right in the port now. Versus over here, you got to drop off like on top of a ramp and then go in the port. So the air actually screws it up and it runs inside the valve face. When the air comes off the top, it hits right on the side of the margin here of the valve. Instead of going underneath the valve straight in, it hits this edge, stops like hitting a wall, then it has to go around it, which really kills airflow. Not to mention it causes a lot of turbulence in the airstream. Once again, not very good. Alright, where's my marker at? We don't have a front and rear valve yet, so we're going to make this the rear one. That'll make this the front one. I'll mark these two here also. Front and rear. Look, I hit the camera each time I do that. It's in the way. Okay, so now I'm going to take the rear valve, because we're on the rear head. I'm going to put a lapping compound on here. That'd be this stuff. Getting low. Got to move over to another container pretty soon. Another year or two. Only takes just a little bit like that. Just enough to get it wet. The excess back in the container. Take your lapping stick. See what you got. So you can see how conservative I had it on purpose. Not doing a race motor here, so that's our seat now. You made it.
I did.
So there's our lap mark right there, which is our seat. Seat all the way around. So now the airflow comes across, goes right along the edge of the valve, past the seat, around the radius we put in there, and then into the throat till we open the way the hell up. So now it's going to flow a ton more air than that port over there will. And this one was off center, so I'm sure this one was too, because this one I was grinding on over here. It's fighting me. So now we got the one done, the second one goes quick.
Does that accomplish the same thing as the stones?
Way more stuff going on. A lot quicker.
Oh, so you're trying to take, it's like mass quantity, huh?
When I was trying to grind it, the seat was off center, so I didn't want to cut very quickly. Deeper. This cuts a whole different profile on the seat. I just do a quickee 45.
Oh. Are those twin cam heads?
Close, they're 1200 Sportster.
Oh.
It's almost the same thing. Alright, mark right there.
Sportster probably still makes more power than a twin cam.
No,
Really?
a lot smaller.
They feel faster.
Lighter bike.
That's true.
It's hitting. Once you get everything set, it goes pretty quick on every port after that.
So this is a port job?
Oh, it's like a port job. It's going to be hot cutting valves.
Hmm.
And open the port too. Technically it's not, because I'm not going to cut anything in the port.
It's like a port.
I'm letting the machine do all the work.
Hmm.
I'm not going to do any detail work after. It is what it is.
It'll be better than it was, huh?
He's going to think this went from like an 83 to 1200, a power increase. Even though it was already a 1200. It'll actually run like a 1200. Could be able to keep up with an Ironhead now.
Maybe, yeah.
It will be now. Big difference in airflow. So there's a seat cut on that one. So we're still being very conservative because we go out bigger, which makes the valve act like it's bigger when you do that.
So taking off more material means it has more air to flow.
So even though this is a high performance valve job now, with some mild porting because we bored the throat way out, it's still very conservative what it could be. It could be even more. So there you see the gray mark all the way around. You're looking for a nice even seat all the way around, which we're seeing. So now it'll flow.
Does he have cams in this motor?
It's all stock. And you can see how as soon as that valve opens, especially on the flow side over here was really restricted. As soon as you open that valve, it's flowing good air, see? See over here, it was now unrestricted on this side. It was very restricted on this side, so it's very uneven flow. Now, the air is going to go in nice and evenly all the way around. The more you open the valve up, the more it helps it. Makes it a nice Venturi effect going in there around the valve head, which really picks up the airflow a lot. That small loss of compression everybody worries about doesn't do a damn thing. Alright, so that's it for that. I'm going to flip these around and do the other side. I'm back.